there's less than a week in the season. That typically means there's a lot of stuff that's about to unfold. Obviously soon, I'm hoping very soon, Bungie will be releasing the next season. Some of the things going to be happening. We're going to get one more TWAB before the end of the season that's usually going to tell us exactly some details about the transition, specifically some of the stuff that's leaving, more things that'll be no longer accessible, but then there are a few more things that, will be going away at the end of the season, will be going away at the end of the season. Some stuff you actually have to worry about, and some other things that you won't. Now, specifically, there are a few things that are going to be rotating in and out that a majority of them is no longer accessible anyways, so you don't have to worry about not getting them anyways. Now, going from the start, there are some things that are just going to be straight up deleted. Some of those things include items like Etheric Spiral. So if you look in your inventory and you see Etheric Spiral, since Tangled Shore is no longer here and that's where that stuff would show up from, there are some stuff that you can still buy it from, but next season they're just phasing it completely out of the game. There's no more Etheric Spiral that's going to be here, so if you have any left, I recommend you just spend it somewhere, somehow, just so you don't waste it. Similar things could be said for Iron Banner tokens, but right now, there's no more Iron Banner until next season, so there's going to be gone anyways. That's pretty much, if you got it in your inventory still, just delete it. There's no purpose in that staying there. Now, there's a few other things that will be going away. Like I've said in previous videos, the relics, we're only going to have like neutral elements in next season. So I know you don't really have a space for these, but you don't really need to hoard these for next season, as they're just kind of going away. Next season, only neutral element will be here. So the Ruinous, Adroit, Mutable, Energetic, and Drowned, all those elements, you don't need to build any because they won't be here next season. Now, I forget if alloys are still contained in that. They did say elements are going away, but I don't know if they said alloys. So if you have those, I recommend that people still hold on to those because I think they're just addressing elements. Now, they haven't said mementos will be going away, so if you have any mementos still in your inventory that you're saving for a weapon, I'm not sure if those go away by end of season, but per the usual, you can only store one at least of each type of memento at a time, so you won't be able to get an additional, I wouldn't be able to get an additional Nightfall memento before the end of the season. And that is mostly anything inventory related that's going away. Now, in terms of rotation, I don't think this is going to be like the end of season where a lot of stuff, or the end of last year where a lot of stuff just completely wiped out. We lost Splicer content, we lost Chosen content, or actually no, Chosen content got phased into other things. We lost Wrathborn hunts, and then we also lost the, Astral Alignment. Now, there isn't any activities so far they've mentioned is going away by the end of the season. Yes, Guardian Games playlist will no longer be there, but the event's going to end, so yeah, that's going to be a usual thing. But so far, it does seem like that the, the Battlegrounds that are currently PsyOps, I believe those are staying. I think in terms of story elements, that the story will no longer be playable. I think since the Scion area of the Helm will be closed by the end of next season, we might not be able to access some story elements, but the activities themselves will still be there. They'll probably rotate some way out, if I am thinking correctly. Now, basically, the activities will still be there. The story will still be barely playable to an extent, but unless Bungie corrects me after this, there is probably going to be no changes in terms of PsyOps Battlegrounds in the most recent season. Its gear will still be 100% available even for a while, so if you're worried about losing any of the Season of the Risen weaponry from the Helm or any of the activities co-inspiring it, the Peace of Mind, the Under Your Skin bow, any of those will still be available and they still be farmable for multiple seasons ahead. They will still be sticking around for quite some time. Now, of other things that will be going away at the end of the season, Bungie has mentioned that some of the core activity playlists will be rotating weapons in and out, but they will return later. They're just going to be leaving us next season. So specifically via Nightfalls, I believe we're losing Palindrome and Plug 1, or I think it was the Comedian. There's two weapons. Actually, give me a moment. Okay, so in terms of weaponry that will be rotating onto core playlists, I just found the exact descriptions. From Nightfalls, we will be losing Palindrome, the Hand Cannon, and the Comedian Shotgun. So currently, Palindrome is available this week as of making this video. So if you want another roll of Palindrome, even the updated rolls, I'd recommend you farm out Nightfalls now just so you can get your hands on one. But however, the Comedian, it's already rolled by and there won't be another week. So if you haven't gotten a good roll on the brand new the newer rendition of the Comedian, then you will not be able to get your hands on it until it comes back around. That has left the Nightfall rotation. For Iron Banner, we're losing the Occluded Finality Sniper Rifle and Finite Impactor Hand Cannon this season. So if you wanted either of those, like I said, Iron Banner is not coming back before the end of the season. It's already done in past, so if you have not gotten the roll of that you want, it won't be here next season. So don't expect that to come around. And same thing with Trials. Now, this one's different. Chayura's Wrath and the Messenger will both be leaving the Trials of Osiris pool for next season. Now, this one is special because while the Adept version might be something specific and might not be either of those this week, they'll still be available via focusing this week if there is Trials for the last week of the season. So, get your hopes up on that. If you don't have a good roll on either Chayura's Wrath or the Messenger, you will have the ability to at least get the standard version one more time before the end of the season. Granted, Trials is still not that great, so, that sort of thing. Now, speaking of Crucible, they did mention that if you head to your Triumphs and see your seals, one of the many repeatable ones among Flawless and Unbroken is one that's a sort of difficult one to earn. It is being retired soon. Now, they're not doing it immediately, but this is your last week to gain your progress. So there's a specific triumph. This one, achieve Glory Rank Legend in multiple seasons. You have to get 3 seasons to max competitive playlist rank. That will be going away 3 seasons from now. So if you want to actually finish this seal and guild it, you have to start progress on this now. I'm not even exaggerating this. You have to do this by the end of the week. You have to reach Crucible and Glory Legend by the end of the week. Otherwise, you will not be able to earn Unbroken or even try and guild it at least once. This will be otherwise going away and being reworked. And in addition to seals, they'll be adding an Iron Banner seal, but that is being added, not, being taken away. Aside from that, a generic amount of things will be going away. There's some items like at various vendors, the rank up packages, the rewards for reaching specific ranks and reputation. Those will be cleared out by the end of the season as they kind of rotate weekly. And I don't know if they're going to get full stock updates and add new things aside from ritual weapons, but that will be cleared out. So if you have engrams that are stocked up at Shaxx, or if you have a few Ascendant shards or an Ascendant alloy available at Banshee, I recommend everyone go and clear out those vendors and grab what you can, because by the end of the season, if you haven't, it's just getting wiped out. Same thing could go for Soraya Hawthorne. Some of those clan engrams build up, but they, I believe, get wiped out at the end of the season, so don't try and build those up. Now, this isn't one of those what you need to do to prep for the next season, because I don't really believe in that. I really just did it for the year-to-year transition because Witch Queen was a special occasion and I really had nothing better to do. You don't really need to bounty farm and material farm, just because the start of the next season usually gives you everything you need at least once. But aside from that, that is the end of the video. That is about everything you actually need to worry about that will be going away by the end of next season. There isn't much that's actually leaving us that hasn't just regularly left among a new season and a new sandbox. That being said, my name is Matt Scorpion, and thank you for watching.